All right, so let's get into some frequently asked questions. There's many. I'm cherry picking the 6 leading ones that I often hear. So, number one, what is this form of church government called? It's called elder-led congregationalism. What does this mean? It means that not everything belongs to the whole church. I don't know what you think of when you hear congregationalism, but there definitely is a reason why there's these just vilified worst case scenarios of judgmental churches that devour themselves over the color of the carpet and the drapes. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about how Jesus distributes his authority across both groups. Jesus does not give all authority to the church. He does not give all authority to the elders, but rather they have different responsibilities, which leads to the next point. So what belongs to the membership then? Well, we've gone over it, but again, the message, gospel doctrine, belongs to the church. The members, baptized believers in good standing meaning they're not under a disciplinary process or removed, and the ministers, both pastor elders and deacons. Those are the keys of the kingdom. That's held by the membership. It belongs to the church. The church must have final say on those things. So then what about pastor elders? To the pastor elders belong many things, but here, number one, preaching, equipping, leading, deploying deacons and ministry leaders and teams. Number two, oversight of the life and ministry of the whole church. I've been using the phrase pastor elders, but technically speaking in Scripture, pastor, elder, overseer is the same office, and so oversight describes the responsibility to oversee everything in the church, not micromanagers, but oversee it. Number three, obedience and submission by the church. So Hebrews 13 calls the members of a church to obey and submit to their leaders. But at the same time, number four, shepherding, recommending, and submitting to the church on how to use the keys and decisions are made. So elders teach and equip the church about the responsibility with the keys, know the gospel so well they can spot the false gospel, know how to identify fruit, gracious, humble love, and so forth. But when it comes to decisions that belong to the church, the elders make recommendation, the church decides, the elders submit to that vote. So this is elder-led congregationalism. By the way, extra credit, if you've ever heard the phrase elder rule, that means that the keys of the kingdom are used by the elders, and they can admit, dismiss, or discipline on behalf of the church without necessarily even having to tell the church. This, I believe, as I've taught here, is incorrect, that Jesus does not allow that. And usually, there at number 3 at the bottom of the screen, Hebrews 13:17, that's a hard thing to fit together. If Scripture requires believers to obey and submit to their elders, it's led, for example, to Presbyterian brothers and sisters to infer from that, yes, the church holds the keys, but they delegate that authority to the elders who exercise the keys on their behalf. My argument here is no, they do not. Jesus does not. It belongs to the congregation. So there's a tension, but we must be careful that if this is new to you, not to swing the pendulum to the point where, oh, well, it sounds like congregationalism. We don't need pastor elders. Let's get rid of them, and we're just all going to be the functional pastor elders. Nope, not teaching that. Jesus is not teaching that. There's in the middle, this place of a sweet spot of this harmony and unification of the church. So what is this form of church government called? It is called elder-led congregationalism.